Well, as we're starting 2026, many people are focused on their physical health, but mental health is just as important. And I'm joined now by Marjorie Kreppel, the founder and CEO of Counseling Center Group. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Mental health is such an important topic that I feel like a lot of people are scared to talk about publicly. Right. So that's why I'm so glad that we're having this conversation. And, you know, just to start, many people say that they feel lonely or disconnected even when they're in those committed relationships or when they have great relationships with their families. But why, in your opinion, is that happening right now? Why is that so common?
Yeah, I mean, it's been building for a long period of time. If you think about it, generations ago, people were born in a small town and they stayed in, or wherever they were born, and they stayed in that town with their grade school age kids, and they grew up with them, and they had those connections throughout life. And our society says, move here or move there and take the best career, and people move and replace friends with other friends, and we don't have the number of hours put into our relationships, and many people have many more friends, but the depth and the commitment is not there in those friendships.
Yeah, I want to talk more about these relationships and the importance of picking and choosing who you're putting your energy into. When it comes to that, you know, a lot of times people are like, I have so many friends, but there's no core relationship. How do you help guide?
Yeah, I have so many friends, and I effort to make a coffee plan with a friend, and I see them once every 2 years. That's not fulfilling, right? And so the first step is to actually prune. If you think of gardening, you're going to prune your friendship. So if you're thinking your friends are everybody on your social media, you know, hundreds of people, they're not fulfilling you the way that a small group of friends that really can commit to you would fulfill you. So first start with, you know, pruning, like who are the people that really can build a deeper relationship with me. So sometimes going back before going forward is the first step.
Okay, I want to talk about toxic relationships that we may feel like we need to keep, like with our parents, for example. A lot of people feel like they need to stay in touch, but then they keep getting hurt. How do we know when to prune those relationships that feel required?
Right. So there are toxic relationships that we have to maintain to some extent and some that we don't have to. If they're a friendship and every time I get together with this person, it's dragging me down, don't need to maybe keep that relationship. However, if it's a relative or someone I'm going to see regardless periodically, then it's all about setting boundaries.
This is such great core advice, and I feel like just talking to you, I feel so much better about my own relationships. I've pruned a lot. I have like 5 good friends, so knowing that that's valid and that I've done the right thing, because sometimes, you know, I see other people, they have like a group chat with like 30 people. I don't have that. I have like my 5 core friends, so just talking to you makes me feel so much better. For people watching right now and they want to be talking to someone, they want this advice, but they don't really know where to start or if they should start, what's your advice?
Yeah, so I have this like little tip. So take all of the people in your life and write them down on a piece of paper on the left-hand column, and then make 2 columns next to it. The first column is, do I love myself when I'm with this person? What that means is, am I my authentic self? Can I really be me? Can I be like, am I having to try to impress, or is this person bringing me down, or do I really feel good about myself in their presence? The second column is, can they commit? In other words, you might have people you love being with, but you're efforting to have those coffees twice a year. So instead, you know, it's got to be yes, yes. They're willing to commit. They're willing to get together once a month or so, talk on a regular basis. Those are the deep friendships.
This advice is so key, and I really hope that everyone's like taking notes that's watching right now. If people want to chat with you more and learn more about how you can help them, where's the best place for them to go?
Yeah, they could look us up on our website. We have information about some of these ideas right on the website, and they can also reach out to any of our team members.
Marjorie, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to put all the information on the screen so that everyone can learn more about Counseling Center Group. Thank you again.
Thank you.